Guys, shh, shh, shh. You hear that? You hear that?
Water.
It's nature. All right, here's the situation.
Why are there always situations?
This is a situation.
You just, like, we have a situation here, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, this is the situation.
Forest
The
fire.
situation is we are about halfway into our hike. So our destination today is a place called Cascade Saddle. It's a nice saddle between two rather big mountains. We set out about an hour ago. Things have been pretty good so far, and we're hoping to get up there, get some cool footage, and have some fun. This week was a special week for our family. We had the birth of a little baby girl in the family, so a little daughter and sister to these guys. Her name is KeiraRei, so maybe this video is dedicated to her today. Hi, good morning.
Looks like we're back in Itchy Island, home of the nuclear mosquitoes. This isn't supposed to be all the way down there.
What do you mean?
They look fun to me.
Let's see, put them on. Looks like they work to me. Okay, 3 longboards, please.
All right, what do you want on them?
Good.
I would like lemon lime
What happened, man?
yellow.
Aww.
I'm not sad.
10-second rule.
That's right.
What should I do?
It's raining.
Alright guys, back home, proud of you. This is a good one. Okay. Next week?
Yeah!
Another one?
Yeah! Come.
Well, we reached the top. Was it harder or easier than you guys thought it would be?
Harder.
Probably harder.
Way harder.
Okay, why so?
Uphill.
I didn't think it'd be
Rocks.
as steep, and there was kind of a lot of grass
Rocks.
everywhere, and that was kind of hard to get through. And these flies are like really bugging me.
There's something over
Yeah,
there.
I have to say, of all the beautiful things up here, the thing that takes away from it the most is these flies. You can't see them, they're flying all over us, landing on us. You know, we were talking about this earlier, there is a price to pay. There's a price of admission to get to places like this. And there's a reason why we're here all alone. And it's because nobody else comes up here. Every time I've been up here, I've seen 0 or 1 or 2 people. But everybody else stops, you know, maybe a mile up the canyon and never really gets to appreciate things up here. But you pay a price, don't you?
Yeah.
Yep. You pay the price in sweat, you pay the price in flies. But in the end, is it worth it?
Yeah.
I think so too.
Get down.
Now we just need to get down, you're right. All right guys, wake up time. This water right here is a sign that we're approaching the fairy fountain. Keep going, keep going.
Okay.
I call it that because we're a couple miles in here up the trail and suddenly there's just this fountain. I have no idea, you know, who once rigged it up, if the water's filtered or not. But, you know, it's kind of a little magical, mystical place here. So I call it a fairy fountain. I think this is water straight from the heart of the mountain. I don't know if you guys have seen Lord of the Rings, but you remember that part when Merry and Pippin drink the Ent drought? I think this stuff has the same properties. So do you want to be taller? All right, we are back at Fairy Fountain. We are almost at the end of the hike now. And I have a confession to make. When we left today, I decided, because I was packing a drone for the first time, this thing doesn't really leave that much room. I was just going to take a little bit of water, maybe a liter or so for myself. We bought about 3 or 4 total. And that really broke my rule of thumb, which is whenever I go on any hike, on any trail run of any significant length, always bring about 3 liters a person. And so lo and behold, we ended up having a hot day and running out. And so I made sure these guys, you know, got a decent amount, but I was left without as much as I would have liked. So kind of paid the price for that. A little bit of dry mouth, a little bit of headache.
Dad, what about the time you collapsed and we had to give you CPR?
We've been over this before, guys. Dad was just taking a little nap. We're just kidding. But seriously, it just goes to prove that water is probably one of the most important things. It seems so mundane, but boy, we're glad to see this fountain at the end of the day. So this magic, now we know why they call it Fairy Fountain. It truly is magical.
Heaven!
Okay, 13.5 miles down, 4,300 in elevation gain. Cascade Saddle is in the bag, and we are going to go get a snow cone.
Yay.